Hello, welcome to the next episode of the Venture Cafe, and we have now two lovely guests here. We have Camillo, now from Italy. He is here today with a delegation from Italy, a larger group here, so thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And we have Gayatri, did I pronounce it correctly?
Yes.
Thank you. And so I just wanted, with this episode, to emulate a typical Venture Cafe conversation and see how it actually typically sounds like. So, Gayatri, why don't you start asking Camillo about what he's up to, why he brought him here?
Yeah, so what brought you here all from your Italy to United States of America?
Well, it's a long story, which I'll try and get into a few short sentences. I was actually born in California, originally, of French father and German mother, then raised mainly in Italy, and after a few years lived in different European countries. I now started my second company in Italy, which is a transport sharing service. This company is being now backed by Italy's largest insurance and banking group, which is a partner of the MIT, and we thought that it would be an excellent opportunity for us to see what the startup scene is like in Boston, and to understand what the great minds of the MIT think about some critical issues such as smart cities and so on, also because this is very interesting for our business model. So part of the experience was coming to the Venture Cafe, as even people from the other side of the Atlantic believed it would be a great opportunity for us to find out what happens here.
Yeah, so are you targeting MIT, or also there's Harvard, there's Stanford, there's also West Coast, which is the Silicon Valley?
Now, the MIT was chosen because of a partnership between the company that's backing us and the MIT. Of course, it's great to get inspiration from other places as well, but given the close ties between the MIT and the high-tech world, which is of interest to us, the MIT was an excellent choice, I believe.
Right. What was your first company?
The first company was, well, it still exists. It's Oxford Success, and it assists students that are applying to the universities of Oxford and Cambridge.
Okay.
The other Cambridge, so in fact it's quite funny for me now to be again in Cambridge. And so yes, that went quite well. It was an extraordinary learning experience. I started that company at 21, and I managed to live off it after just a few months. So it was a great learning opportunity, but now I'm moving on to targeting a broader market that helped me understand what the basics are in starting a company. Now I'm ready to target the European, if not worldwide, shipping market, which is a field rich of opportunities, but it's surprisingly one of the only markets where things still work really old style. So still today, if you want to ship something, you have to wrap it up, queue up at the post office, fill out a lot of paper forms, someone has to wait for the mailman at home all day. Whereas with the service we're developing, every private individual can become a mailman, and so if you're just going anywhere, you post a trip, you say what size of items you're willing to take along, how much you'd like to charge for every item, and if someone needs to ship something, just with some mobile app or from the website, which is itransport.it, you can easily find a match. So we have lots of safety features in place and all, and basically we're trying to offer a fast, reliable, modern alternative to traditional shipping and courier service.
So how reliable it is if somebody's trying to sell our like drugs or cocaine?
It is indeed more reliable than a traditional postal service, because we offer identity verification of our users. We identify the users through payment data. There is a bill of transport. Yes, there are features such as taking a picture of your ID with just one click from the iPhone. So yeah, we do have lots of safety features in place. And tell me more about you. What brings you here?
What brings me here? I'll tell you the story that what brings me to the United States of America. I'm born and raised in India. I was studying physics, and I was doing my PhD after my bachelor's. I got into that without doing master's. And I realized that I cannot be the Newton and the scientist, or the Einstein. So if I cannot be the next big thing, I don't want to be a part of it. I came home on a holiday and told my parents I want to do something else, and I didn't know what. So one day I saw an ad. At that time, IT was booming, and I told my parents I want to go and give an interview. They said it's not going to happen. Like, one day you go, people are not getting jobs so easily, and I am from physics. I have never done coding in my entire life. So I went in the morning, came back with the offer letter. So they could not believe it. So my dad is like, he understood, like, since my childhood, I'm like, if I want to do something, I will do it. I'll find that means. If I don't know how to, I'll find it how to do it. So that's how I started my corporate journey. So when I started the corporate journey, I wanted to understand that how the whole corporate world shapes. So I decided to do my MBA. I started with Hewlett Packard, and then I started learning technology. I still don't do coding because I am more into PeopleSoft, the ERP background. I'm a DB, a database administrator. So from there, I climbed up the ladder as a senior manager, handling multiple projects, multi-million-dollar projects. And I met my husband a few years back, and I was having visa issues. At that time, my visa was expiring, and my husband is from America. He's born and raised here, and we were planning to get married. So we got married, and I decided to say bye-bye to IBM. My dream was to go to Harvard or MIT and learn MBA. Learn means, again, do a very high-profile MBA. And the biggest turning point happened when I applied for MIT Sloan, and they rejected me at the interview, saying my company is too small. They're hiring CEOs, CTOs at that Sloan fellowship level. So then I decided, I already had my Boston Consulting Solutions. I said bye-bye to IBM, and I said that I want to start my own company because I want to do something which is in a very different way, the consulting business. But consulting business is like, I'm competing with, again, now IBM. I have partnership with IBM with few of the clients, American Eagles, health sector, public sector. It's a very small company, but it's very difficult to make your mark and how you are different, because you are actually the same staffing company what IBM is also doing. So in order to be different, I was thinking that how can I add values? Because more than money, if I'm passionate about something, what I'm bringing it to the table. Like, if I'm able to help the society or do something new. And I was having problem in getting great people. Actually, I hired people for $100, $200 per hour, and I was not getting good people. So LinkedIn, as I said, you add, you connect. You do not get the exact information. You have to search by names, or you have to be a part of a group. So I wanted to come with an algorithm which will give me all the data without adding or connecting to people. I know what my contemporaries are doing, my peers are doing. And a fest where you don't have to go physically. Like right now, you came from Italy to United States of America at MIT Cambridge to know how the startup happens over here. But when this product comes in the market, you don't have to travel. You're basically there and you get all the information. So this kind of venture cafe can happen online. So that's what I want to bring into the table. And then I started this product. I have like almost 4 people working and planning to launch in around November or December. I'm very excited about it.
What made you, I'm just very curious now, but you've had a stellar career, IBM, Hewlett Packard, etc. Why did you, in quotes, give this up to start your own company?
That's a great question. I always wanted to become a vice president or a CEO of a company, because that's what, if you look around, most of this big powerful women, when Fortune released the most powerful women, they're from either Ginny Rometty from IBM or Indra Nooyi from PepsiCo. There was not a single entrepreneur from as a woman entrepreneur. That was a big gap, and it's not that I'm filling up that gap and I want to do something new. The thing is that I don't want to do an 8-to-5 job and then come back home. That I'm not adding value to the society. I am building dreams for others, but I'm not building my own dream. There are a lot of things that can be done. This is one of the product idea I have. I have multiple other product ideas also. I decided that I want to take this gamble, and I have right now that financial stability. I wanted to do something like this much earlier, like when you started at 21, but my financial stability was not that. And in India, we don't have that opportunity.
Yeah, well, to exercise an option, you have to have opportunity and ability coming together. And just ability without opportunity is nothing.
Yes, even my family was not rich, that I can my family can support if I'm a failure. But right now, I have built that capital for myself, and I have a family to support, so I don't have to feed my family every day.
Well, you might happy to know that actually on the Venture Cafe, our largest day in terms of attendance was actually Women in Entrepreneurship.
We
had it back in spring, and there's a very active scene here, Women in Entrepreneurship, a very, very, very large group. There's Women 2.0, there are a lot of other activities around here for women in entrepreneurship, not just here at the Venture Cafe, but there are a lot of groups.
Yeah, so I mean, I'm a member of US
something
Women's...
Something is happening, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, US Women's Chamber of Commerce. I go to the DC area, work with government and public sectors. There are a lot of women, small business. I'm telling you, like more than men, actually women are front runners on the small business, but they're not making the mark where there is a glass ceiling that after a certain millions, that how we can go where Facebook, LinkedIn, Yahoo, Google is there.
Okay, that's so if somebody wants to continue the conversation with you, how could they get a hold of you? Whatever your Twitter feed, your
so
your LinkedIn ID or whatever how could they get a hold of you?
I have my LinkedIn ID, which is Gayatri Sarkar, Gayatri Sarkar. I'm in Twitter also, Gayatri Sarkar 2. To get hold of me, you can go to my company, Boston Consulting Solutions, INC, and get all the information. But you will not get the information about the...
INC.com?
INC, just bostonconsultingsolutions.com.
.com, okay.
Yeah, don't get confused with Boston Consulting Group. I'm very fascinated with Boston because I always wanted to settle in Boston. And it's funny, my husband is from MIT. He was actually the part of the team who designed the first iPhone iPad battery charger. I mean, he's a kind of a genius, but I always wanted to be here. And I believe that Merrimack Valley has the opportunity to become the next Silicon Valley.
Awesome. So if somebody wants to learn more about your company, about shipping in Italy, or possibly, how can they get a hold of you?
Well, just head over to itransport.it. The name of the company, and because that's the latest trend, including part of the name of the company in the website itself. So the company name is iTransported, so it's itransport.it. So head over to that, or if you want to be directly in touch with me, I'd love to hear your feedback. So that's Camillo, CAMILLO @itransport.it.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much,
Thanks
Camillo.
for the opportunity. It's really a terrific event.